Hi, I'm Erin with Five Parks Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me on this rainy morning in Costa Rica. Today's yoga class is a post-workout yoga class designed for you if you have just finished working out and you want to have a good, complete, full body stretch, or if you're tense, tight, sore, fatigued from working out earlier or the day before. I hope you enjoy this class. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon for notifications of new classes. So we're gonna start today in my favorite full body stretch, child's pose. So go ahead and bring your shins onto your mat, bring your knees wide and your big toes to touch, and walk your hands forward. The alternative, if you're really sore and that feels like too much of a stretch, your muscles are really tight, you can bring your knees together and rest your arms alongside your body. Take a couple breaths here, just letting your body relax and release, and preparing it for some gentle stretching movements. Start to regulate your breath with long, slow, and steady inhales and exhales. Continue with your breathing and just start to walk your hands off to the left. So walk them as far as you can, keeping your right hip glued down toward your heel so you just feel the stretch in your right side. You can place your forehead back down on your mat. Breathe deeply into your rib cage, expanding into your right lung. Switch sides. So walk your hands off to the right. Once you're as far as you can reach, then rest your forehead down on your mat, your hip back toward your heel. Notice your breath expanding into your left lung and expanding your left ribs, creating more space here. And walk your hands back towards center. Press back one more time. And then press up to tabletop position. Bring your knees right underneath your hips and your shoulders right underneath your hands. Let's take some cats and cows, stretching through the front and the back side of the body as you breathe in. Lift through the crown of your head, lift through your tailbone, drop your belly down, and as you breathe out, round your spine. Lift and separate your shoulder blades and look toward your belly button. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, cat. One more time. Come back to tabletop position. And from here, let's take thread the needle. So keep your left hand planted firmly on your mat. Lift your right arm up. Look up toward your fingertips, and then you're gonna slide your right arm behind your left. Come onto your right shoulder and your right ear, but keep your hips high. Feel the stretch in the back of your right shoulder as you press it down onto your mat, but let your head be really heavy. You can deepen your twist. You can start to bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder and press into it, or just rest where you are. I'm gonna switch sides. So unwind from your twist first. Reach that right arm up and then release it back down onto your mat. Keep your right hand planted firmly on your mat as you lift your left arm up. So you're opening through your chest. And then you're gonna slide your left arm behind your right. Come onto the back of your left shoulder and your left ear. So you can just rest heavy here with your hips lifted, Or if you want to deepen into your twist a little bit, just take that right hand underneath your right shoulder and start to press into it, maybe looking up. It's just an option. Okay, and unwind from your twist. Lift that right arm up and release it down onto your mat. And we're going to take a downward facing dog just to stretch the backs of the legs and the calves. So tuck your toes under, lift your hips up, and then release your heels toward your mat and begin to bend and straighten one leg at a time. It should feel like a great stretch for your Achilles, your calves, your hamstrings. Feel the stretch in your shoulders as you let your head dangle down. Enjoy the sound of the rain as it picks up a little bit. All right, we're going to take a hip stretch here. So keep your left foot planted on your mat. Lift your right leg up and open your hip. Bend your leg. Take a circle of your foot in one direction and in the other direction. Flex your foot, point your foot, and then release back to downward facing dog. And switch sides. So lift your left leg up, open your hip and bend your leg. Take a circle of your foot in one direction and in the other direction. Point your foot, flex your foot, and release back to downward facing dog. Now shift forward to a high plank position. I promise you we're not holding this position. And then just release your legs down toward the floor for cobra pose. So tops of the feet come flat to the floor. Your hips start to sink toward the floor as you open the front of your body. Lift the crown of your head up and then bring your chin to your right shoulder. Bring your chin to your left shoulder. And back to center, lift your chin up. And then lower all the way down onto your belly. Extend your left arm to the left, palm faces down. You're gonna keep your right hand right where it is, underneath your shoulder. And you're just gonna lift that right leg up and over and place it on the floor. Rest your head down on the floor and just feel the opening in your left shoulder. And again, if you want to increase the stretch, you can take a half bind with your right hand. So you can reach it up and over toward your back, or you can just rest it down. It can be as passive or as active as you want to be. Back to center and switch sides. So bring your right arm to the right, palm faces down. Left hand underneath your left shoulder, and you're just going to take that left leg, bring it up and over and plant it on the floor. Rest your head heavy on your mat, so your ear is down on your mat. And then you can, if you want to increase the twist in the chest opener, reach that left arm up and over. So come back onto your stomach, and then we're gonna come into heart melting pose. So it's similar to child's pose, but this time your hips are gonna be over your knees. So just bring your hips over your knees and walk your hands forward and a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart. We're doing lots of shoulder stretches here to begin with. So rest your forehead down on your mat. Take another breath here. And then walk your hands all the way back up. You're gonna touch your knees together, separate your feet, and sit your hips between your heels. If this is not accessible to you, quadriceps are really, really tight Knees are tight. Sit your hips on your heels. So this might be a nice, adequate quadriceps stretch as well. This is called hero pose. And if this is accessible to you and you feel pretty open and want a deeper stretch, you're welcome to walk your hands back. Come onto your forearms or maybe your back. Either way, just enjoy the stretch in the fronts of your legs, the tops of your legs. If you're reclined, come all the way back up, and you're going to begin to bring your right leg straight out in front of you. This is called half hero in your left leg. If you do not want to stay in half hero pose, or if that's not accessible, just bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. So whichever position your left leg is in, you're going to start to forward fold over your right leg. You can use your right hand to support you from rolling off to one side as you reach your hand toward your foot or place it on your leg. So this is a great double duty stretch. It's the top of your left leg, your quadricep, and the bottom of your right leg, your hamstring, as well as your low back, of course. And then release from your fold. So if you're still in half hero on your left leg, you're just going to bring your left leg straight forward and come into straight legs for seated forward fold. For seated forward fold, you want to keep the tops of your legs active, your toes pointing up, and you're just going to start to walk your hands down your legs or along your mat toward your feet. Okay, release from your fold, coming all the way up, and bring the soles of your feet to touch for butterfly pose. Draw your heels in first, your hands around your ankles, and start to hinge forward. You can press your elbows down into your knees as you draw the crown of your head forward. So enjoy the inner thigh stretch, hip stretch, low back stretch. Right, similar shape in your legs, but a different sensation. Just walk your feet forward so they're more in a diamond shape, and take your hands again around your ankles and start to hinge forward from here. Just notice how that stretch changes with your feet further away from you. Then come all the way back up and bring your legs in for a cross-legged position. Either leg in front, right or left, because we're going to switch. So I've got my right leg in front here. I'm going to take a twist. So just bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand out behind. Come back to center and switch sides. Bring your left hand to your right knee and your right hand out behind. Come back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. I now have my left leg in front, but whatever you started with, just switch the cross of your legs. Bring both arms up overhead. Bring your right arm underneath your left. For eagle arms, bring the palms of your hands toward one another to touch. If you don't touch the palms of your hands, you can just cross opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And then you're going to extend your left leg arm across your body. Your right hand is going to clasp your shoulder. Draw your shoulder down. And then switch sides. So you're going to bring your left arm underneath your right. Touch your palms together. Hold here. This is eagle arms. Excellent. excellent stretch for your upper back and your shoulders. And then just draw your right arm across your body, your left hand to your right shoulder. And release. Now you're going to bring your left leg out in front of you, and you're going to bring your right leg to half hero pose. So if half hero doesn't work for you, you can bring your foot to your inner thigh instead. You're going to start to walk your hands forward, reaching toward your foot. Come all the way back up. And now we're going to take seated straddle splits. So bring your legs wide on your mat. You can, again, get both legs really active here. Toes point up. Quadriceps are engaged. And then you're going to start to walk your hands forward as you keep your toes pointing up. So try to avoid collapsing your legs. And this protects your inner thighs as you take this stretch. Your hands back up. We're going to take one last seated stretch. This is a side bend. So you're going to keep your right leg extended out in your straddle position, and you're going to bring your left foot to your right inner thigh. You're going to twist toward your left knee. Take your right hand to your left knee and reach your left arm up and across. You can stay upright like this, or you can place your forearm down on the floor. So it's a twist and a side bend. And then release from your side bend and switch sides. So you're going to bring your left leg back to your straddle position. Your right foot's going to come to your left inner thigh. Now you're going to twist toward your knee. So your left hand is going to reach toward your right knee. Your right arm is going to come up and over. Try to keep your shoulder in line with your hips so it's not rounding forward to reach your foot, but instead it's reaching up and across. Now you can take your forearm onto your mat if you'd like. From your side bend, and you're going to make your way down onto your back. You can keep your legs bent. You roll down onto your back, and you're going to bring your feet to about mat distance apart and your arms to a goalpost position, and just start to gently rock your knees side to side. So this is a great release for your low back and your hips. Rest your knees to the left. You can take a different position with your legs if you want. If your legs are staggered right now, you're welcome to stack them or to place your left foot on top of your right knee. And then bring your knees in the opposite direction. Again, your legs can be staggered or stacked. If they're staggered and you want to, you can take your right foot on top of your left knee. And come back. We're going to take a hip stretch, reclined pigeon pose. So cross your right ankle over your left knee and lift your foot up off the floor. You can hold on to your thigh or your shin. Hug your left knee in as you press your right knee open toward the front of your mat. and deepen the stretch in your hip and your glutes. Switch sides. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Hug your right knee in. Hold on to your thigh or your shin. As you draw your right knee in, press your left knee toward the front of your mat. Release. Now separate your knees and feet for happy baby pose. You can hold on to your thighs, your shins, calves, your ankles, or your feet. Option to rock side to side. A little massage for your low back. Your knees into your chest. And then take a well-deserved Shavasana, extending your legs long on your mat. Arms rest alongside your body. It's just an opportunity to let your body completely relax, release any tension that you're holding on to. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. So much for joining me for class today. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, peace in your heart. From my heart to yours. Namaste.